Hello.
I'm here to talk about a few new releases and just my general thoughts on them.
Was I just the same before the accident?
There wasn't any accident. Everything we did it on purpose.
The Bride. While Jesse Buckley and Christian Bale put every fiber of their beings to channel and try to elevate a film through their performances, it comes out as a mess. Partially formed ideas with sparse development, awful and cringe-inducing manic dialogue, a higher production budget, but direction not knowing what to do with it, and worst of all, a movie which tells us everything, never leaving anything to show or compel us visually. I don't mind the opening act as much. It's fairly standard, yet bland exposition on our characters and setting. It's not awful, which I can't say for the rest of the film, though. There's a transition to a soul musical sequence, core to the plot, and it's horrible. The Bride's touchstone scene comes from a trigger finger moment. There's a core to this film where there's a radicalization moment for women in an era of deep-seated oppression, and a strange tone-deaf meta-conversation with the author of the book, Mary Shelley, about finding your agency. But in these moments, Shelley grooms and is masturbatory to the character of the Bride, which Maggie Gyllenhaal has formed, and none of it feels right. Subtlety be damned, as we're beaten over the head with scenes never having any cohesion. Every character plot is hollow or paper thin. I can't really tell you what audience this is for, who this is for. I liken it to a young yet immature love. There's passion and style, but very little to distinguish their love aside from them both being monsters. I hated this, especially in the second half, which falls off a steep vertical cliff. If you're going to do a Frankenstein story with so many other great ones and recent ones, you better do something special, and the opposite of that is happening here. This is a generous 3 out of 10.
The traditional methods to understand animals just weren't working. But we've done it, Mabel. We created a revolutionary technology that gives us unprecedented access to the animal world. We call it hoppers. Huh? We put this into this. Yes, this into this.
Hoppers! I'd be perfectly fine if Disney continued with their original films like this. It wears several influences proudly upon its sleeves, and even pronounces a few of them. Avatar, Back to the Future, it's a big year for this one, Jaws, and even The Birds. The action scenes are fun and truly where the film shines. There's a fun creative writing to maneuver several problem-solving sequences, with great tracking shots to follow. It hits the film's themes very well, that we're all in this together, and that you have to work through change together as well. Naturally, the animation is superb. Pixar has environmental details down so well. They're close to lifelike, where the animals and humans feel more traditional to their similar and recent character models. The animals are purposely very cute. They do distinctly look like Funko Pops from the human perspective, but when you're with them in their world, their eyes and facial features really pop more with distinctly human qualities, and I appreciate that dichotomy, even though I'm getting kind of tired of seeing these human characters look so clean and pristine. This has been Pixar's style at least since 2010, similar kind of samey looking character models. That's certainly a personal issue, but so is the writing. It's a bit predictable in all regards, but plenty entertaining, even though I think that you could edit this movie down at least 15 minutes less. The slapstick is all fine. There's fun little moments of humor, usually from background or extra characters making little remarks. Great voice cast, and I had a fun time. This is one of those family movies where I think the appeal works to all ages, and I'm here for a nice story about how we connect to our nature and the things in it. I give this a high 6 out of 10.
Dadam yol gözlürdü ki oğlu ola. Amma mənlə qız oldu. Dadamla təsmim tutdu, məni o yerlərə apara ki, fəqət oğlanlar gedə bilərdi.
Sağ sen geldiler şov oldular. Sen gelsen şov olursan sen rengi çok olur.
Olmaz, cür gelmezdim. Ahtakkerlerimiz gelen kalır, geldi təsmim girəndə.
Diyərəm bilə, nereye gebele ya? Ana bak bize 5 nəfər.
Cutting Through Rocks. This is a tough documentary about change and our development within a system. Iranian filmography's voice is booming right now, and we have another solid example detailing the strive for equality and maneuvering oppressive and dated cultural norms. There's an agency which Sarah Shaverdi inspires through just being herself and not conforming to gender roles and actively working to give the women in her community a greater voice. This is very important subject matter, and more so what she learns from fighting the good fight in that experience. I did think this documentary truly truly comes together in the second half, as the first half is very exposition and context laden, but there's a unique humanistic lens of breaking out of boundaries, and I appreciate that intention regardless of the result. And I'm giving this one a 6 out of 10. Soft note, this movie was genuinely impossible to find streaming in my area. If you're going to have an Oscar-nominated film, make sure your distributor actually has a palpable release during the awards season, as it's only a week away. Thank you guys for all tuning in and listening. I appreciate your time. I will catch you again very soon.